everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals, and today I have a chatty journal with me session, and I'm working in one of my favorite journals. It's got some of my favorite pages. I love using this journal to document special memories and meaningful insights, and it's a chance for me to express myself creatively in a visually pleasing way to my eye. So it's where I can collage or art journal, junk journal, or do memory keeping with photos and ephemera. It's a bit of a mix of all different journaling styles. Anything goes in this journal. It's not chronological, and basically it spans multiple years, and I can just do anything I want in this journal. I made it out of a box originally, so the cover is some packaging, and I covered it with some beautiful blue butterfly fabric that was gifted to me, added some metal corners, and then I just bound in blank cream pages because those are my favorite pages to work with, blank pages, so that I can feel like I have full creative freedom to journal on the page. So as much as I do love vintage ledger papers and decorative papers, I find that even with those, they restrict my creativity because I have to work with the page, which is fun as well. Like, there's a place for that as well. But when it comes to just sheer, pure creative freedom, you can't go past a blank page. So that's what I did in this journal, where anything goes. So you can see all the pages here that I've done so far, and you'll have noticed that there's some pages that have I've prepared them, I've decorated them, but I haven't done any writing. Some of the pages are quite blank, and so yeah, I'm totally happy with that. I will go back and fill in those pages later on and add in some photos or some journaling, or I might even just leave it blank, to be honest, because maybe whatever I stuck on the page is enough. And I just keep flipping back and forth between the pages throughout this journaling session. There's a few different things that I'm journaling about, and I usually print out a whole bunch of photos in bulk at a certain time, and then I have them on hand for whenever I want to journal with them. And some of the photos are from many years ago or from throughout the years. So like I said, it's not chronological. I just put in whatever I want into this journal. So for example, this page, I'm documenting my ballet journey in 2024. So I just recorded the dance classes that I took and the songs that I performed to at our end of year concert, things like that. And that sort of just tracks my ballet journey, but I didn't use any photos from last year in reference to ballet. Like, they were ballet related photos, but they were from previous years. So I am now just ripping out some pages, which is something that I often do in my journals, because I do not like bulk. I don't like alligator mouth in my journals. And for me, it's all about, and it just has to be practical. So when it starts to get a bit chunky, I find it hard to write in because it's got a bulge in the middle, and it's just hard to write across that sort of lump in the middle of the page, and then, or in the middle of the signature. And then that's also why I kind of space out where I stick my photos and ephemera at the top, middle, and bottom of the page throughout the journal, so it doesn't get too chunky in one area. It's just something I'm conscious of as I journal. And I'll just rip out pages here and there, or I might glue pages together just to streamline it a bit when I get towards the end of my journaling, or even for me, it starts in the middle of the process. I'll start ripping out pages. And that's another reason why it's good for me not to always use beautiful vintage ledger papers or beautiful decorated pages, because I know there is a good chance that I am going to rip pages out. So if possible, I want to keep them full size. So here now I am documenting the publishing of my book, which was a huge, huge milestone that I want to record in this journal. So the main things that I record in this journal are, the key memories, milestones, the big meaningful events, and also the lessons that I learn and insights I learn. So for me, it's a very special journal because only more of the special journaling goes in there, and that's why it does take me, I've had this journal now for maybe 3 years, and I haven't filled it yet because only the special things go in here. So I'm just writing about that process, that journey of making this book in 2021. I started writing it. I came up with the words first, and then I did the art. So my book is a visual memoir, meaning that every page is like an artwork in itself. I wanted it to look like a magazine or like a peek inside my journals. So even this journal here, I was showing some people this journal and they said, you could publish this journal and turn that into a book. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet of you to say. But I don't have any intention to do that with this particular journal. But how I made my book was I read over all my journal entries from the previous few years, and I pulled out the key journal entries, and then I arranged them to tell a story, to, have some sort of shape, some sort of narrative arc to it. And then from there, I, divided it into 4 chapters and had a, beginning, middle, end, and added it with my art, and then turned it into a book. But it all began with my journal pages. So yes, even though I'm not going to publish, this journal as a book, which would be a fun idea, I will take snippets from this journal, I'm pretty sure, for my next book or for future books. I've written a few books so far, and pretty much all of the books I've written comprise of previous journal entries. That's how I write. I call myself a life writer, or a life writer or a memoirist. Is that a word? I write memoirs basically, and so the material for my books all comes from my journals, which is so cool. I love journaling. Journaling is like my number one hobby in life, and I'm a big advocate for it, not just for the joy and the fun that journaling offers, but for the well-being, the way it can help us know ourselves more and to get clarity and direction. And I don't know, journaling for me is a tool, and a very, very helpful tool for my life, for my well-being. And I love that I not only get to, have fun journaling in the moment and capturing all these memories on my pages, but I love that then all of this becomes material for books. And as a writer, my biggest dream is to be an author, to write books and to combine the words from my journals into a narrative arc that I hope can help people by me sharing my stories, my experiences, my thoughts and feelings, and being open and honest and vulnerable with all of that. My hope is that it lets other people know they're not alone, and that they may feel seen and understood through my words and my art. So all to say, I'm so excited that I published this book. I published the international version in December last year. And then in Australia, or for Australians, I purchased I got 70 copies printed, And so for Aussies, it's cheaper to purchase the book directly from me than to go through the international website. If you're overseas, it's cheaper to get it from the website. If you're in Australia, it's cheaper to get it from me directly, just because of the currency conversions and all of that thing. So if you're interested in this book, my previous video that I put on my channel, you can see me unboxing the Australian print copies and doing a bit of a flip through. And later on my channel, I am planning to put up a full page by page flip through sharing 10 lessons from that book. It's called Lamp in Dark Places, and the subtitle is Finding Gems in the Struggle. So it's all about universal struggles of, who am I? What am I doing with my life? How am I spending my time? What is my purpose? How do I stay true to myself and not get lost in comparison and jealousy and self-hatred and judgment, self-judgment and self-criticism, navigating feelings of depressive funks and anxious times, and just those kinds of struggles of faith, life, and identity and purpose. So yeah, they're pretty much the 4 chapters. The first chapter is the struggle with life. Second chapter, faith, and then identity, then purpose. But they all kind of interweave, if that makes sense. And the whole premise of the book is basically, or the beginning is me feeling a bit lost and disconnected from myself, and not feeling at home in my own skin, not feeling at home in the world, and not feeling at home in my own life. And by the end of the book, I realized I found my way back home through that practice of writing the book. So that's how much writing and journaling and making art and creating is a way for us to find our way home. So cool. So cool. Here now I'm journaling about ballet. I'm so excited. I got the encouragement award for senior ballet. So I do 2 dance classes, one senior ballet on Tuesdays, and on Thursdays I do an adult class, which is sort of like a jazz class. And yeah, I sort of do the jazz class more just for the social part of it. Again, like good for my well-being, just to get out of the house and to laugh and have fun with the other ladies who go to that class. And also just to get my body moving and to have fun with the jazz class. Whereas ballet, for me, it's all about the grace and the beauty and the elegance. So it's very structured. So I love the jazz class because it's more free-flowing and just you're loose and fun, whereas ballet I do to feel beautiful and graceful and elegant. So it's not as fun, but I love it. If I only could do one, ballet is like my favorite dance style. Yeah, anyway, moving on. So now talking about the Reflections Journal course, I'm just pulling out my Reflections Journal here because I wanted to add some journaling to one of the pages. So the Reflections Journal course is a course that I'm currently running throughout January, and you can start at any time. It's basically an altered book journal course where we are doing a whole bunch of mixed media on the pages, and I show you that whole process of how to prepare your book, how to use it, how to journal in it. And there's a prompt list of about 30 prompts to help you reflect on your year on 2024. For me, I just feel like I need to process the year before I can let it go, say goodbye to it, and move on to the next year. So always, before I do my intentions and goal setting, I always reflect on the previous year first and just look at, how have I grown? Have I changed? What have I learned? What struggles were there? What highlights were there? And just document that all first, so that's out of the way, it's cleared out, and then I'm ready to start fresh for the next year. So if you're interested in anything that I mentioned, whether my book or the Reflections Journal course, all the information is down below for where you can purchase the book and how to take my courses. And yeah, moving on to this page, I'll share about another course. The Everything Journal course was a course that I ran all throughout last year, and I will be launching that in February. My aim is to get it in time, ready to launch in February, where anyone who wants to just spend a little bit of time each week creating and have a creative practice, that's the Everything Journal course. It's 100 prompts. And basically, I kind of broke it down to roughly 2 prompts per week, sometimes just 1 a week. But you can go at your own pace, and you can either just nut it all out in one go if you're like super inspired. But yeah, it's designed to just help people stay creative, even if it's just for 5 minutes a week, to do a quick prompt here or there. I always feel better after I've created. So that will go out eventually in February, hopefully, where all the videos, as soon as you sign up for that course, you'll have instant access to all 100 of those videos. Now here, I'm documenting a creative self-portrait that I did last year, inspired by Boho Love. She had a photo image that she took of herself for one of her digital kits. And I just loved that image. I was like, that's me. She looked like me with the dark, long, straight hair and the beautiful, sort of elegant princess shawl. And I contacted her and I just asked her, where did you get that shawl? I'm hoping to recreate this image. And she sent me some links and helped me find something similar. And then as soon as it arrived, I set up my photo shoot, and I took like 100 photos to get my hair in the perfect placement and the capelet in the perfect placement, and finally got the right shot. And I sent it to her, and she was like, "Oh my goodness, it's almost the same. It's amazing how similar they are." And that ended up being the final photo I included in my book, Lamp in Dark Places, with the light coming through the window. And I gave credit to Karen from By Boho Love. She gave me permission, and so that was really fun to kind of have that tribute to her, to such a beautiful image that really spoke to me, that really connected with my soul. And I really am getting into doing more creative self-portraits this last year, and I want to keep taking that into this year. I did a whole photo shoot, in fact, for the launch of my book. When the print books arrived, I got dressed up in a princess outfit with a tulle vintage petticoat skirt and a sequin glitter top, and put my tiara on because I love all that stuff. In my ideal world, I would wear tutus every day and tiaras every day and glitter every day. I am a princess. And so that was really fun. I took, again, maybe like 100 photos for that photo shoot. So you would have seen my previous video launching the book. The thumbnail is one of those photos for that photo shoot. So now I am documenting, what am I documenting? A beautiful printable kit from Amity Bloom. And there's this gorgeous image at the top that Nazi has in one of her kits called Sage Skies. And again, I contacted Nazi about the image, and she let me know, yep, it's coming in a kit. And amazing sage, I love the colours. She said, I hope you like the colours. And I replied, I love the colours. I love the blues and the sage green. And sage green is actually my colour for this year. I just discovered that today. Look at my beautiful black cat, Keanu. Isn't he gorgeous? I love him very, very much. He is a crafty cat. He often comes and sits with me while I'm crafting. Sometimes it gets in the way, like right now. So as much as I love him sitting right next to me, I just had to move him over a little bit. But yeah, love that he makes an appearance on my channel regularly. He's very, very much part of my channel. So yeah, here I'm just gluing down some of the images from the Sage Skies kit. And I want to recreate that image of the dancer as well, because that image really connects with my soul. So I am on the lookout for a flowy dress, and somehow I need to nail that position where I've got an arabesque attitude position, and work on my flexibility and my balance to get that shot. So we'll see how we go. I do want to do some ballet creative self-portraits in my point shoes, so maybe this year will be the year. So yeah, going on just with a few other announcements as well about what's happening in Willow World. So my final Find Your Word workshop is coming up on Thursday at 9:30 p.m. So for anyone who's still interested in that, there's one more workshop. I had so much fun running the other workshops. The most recent one I ran on Monday, and it was so beautiful, such a beautiful space. The ladies are just so beautiful, hearing their hearts shared, hearing their words for the year, and seeing their vision boards that they created. It was such a beautiful, beautiful session. So if you would like to be part of the Find Your Word workshop, the last one coming up, it will be, if you're in the US or Canada, it will be Thursday morning for you. But yeah, again, all the information will be down below in the description box. You'll just have to check a time converter website to find out what day and time it is for you. But for me, it's 9:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. It goes for 2 hours. It's $20. And just contact me by email to reserve your spot, because there are 8 spaces. I like to keep it nice and intimate so that there's time for everyone to share. And we do some reflective journaling prompts to get us started to help you find your word. And I take you through my entire process to get your word and to maybe even find your theme for the year, some supporting words, some phrases that you want to take into the year, and then maybe some goals and areas that you want to focus on under that umbrella word and phrase and theme. So if that sounds like something that's speaking to your heart, I would love to have you in that Find Your Word workshop, the last one. And yeah, just contact me by email if you're interested. Moving on here, so the next thing I'm documenting is an unfurling journaling course by Tiffany Julia. So I really wanted to document the things that inspired me in 2024 in this journal. And so I always knew I was going to do this course by Tiffany Julia. She talked about it on her channel for a few years, I think, and she finally released it January last year. So I signed up straight away and I worked my way through some of it. And I have the prompts there for whenever I ever want to revisit it. But I really just loved the creative self-portraits. Once I got up to that portion of it, I just ran with that. And I was like, I'm good. I've got my inspiration. Some people ask, why do you offer paid courses? Why would anyone take a paid course when there are so many free ones out there? To that I say, I love taking paid courses. I take them regularly because there are certain journalists or artists or creators whose work just speaks to my soul, and I will continue to take their courses, whatever they offer in the future, if it speaks to my soul, because for me, I just want to be inspired and I want to create and I want to fill my tank with things that make my heart come alive, and I will pay for that. I will gladly pay to do things that make my heart and soul come alive, and that fill my inspiration tank. And I love Tiffany Julia. I love Liz Lamoureux. Who else? Sabrina Ward Harrison. So I often take courses from them. Colleen and Tara, whenever they release a course, these ladies, these creators, are people who just really, really speak to my soul. And whatever they offer, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be something that uplifts me, encourages me, feeds me, nurtures my soul. And so, again, I will gladly, gladly give them my money because I love what they have to offer. So that's just me anyway. And especially if I'm feeling stuck, if I'm feeling uninspired, that's when I look for a course, a paid course. Because yes, I could do a free course for sure. And sometimes I do free courses as well. But I don't know, it's something about paying it for me gives me that accountability. It makes me excited. It makes me go, I want to do this. Whereas if it's a free course, I don't always keep up with it. I don't stay accountable necessarily, if that makes sense. But anyway, there's tons of free courses out there. There's tons of paid courses by many, many people. And I feel like there's a course out there for everyone, for everyone's budgets, whether you can only afford a free one, or if there's a creator that you love, like Tiffany Julia, Nazi's got some courses. I take some of her courses. Johanna Clough has some courses as well. So whatever feeds your soul, whatever you feel like is speaking to your heart and making it come alive, that's how I know if I should take a course, especially if I sleep on it and I go to bed thinking about it and I wake up thinking about it. That's when I know, oh my goodness, I need to take this course. Anyway, so I love Tiffany Julia, love Nazi Amity Bloom, and so I'm just writing about them and how they inspire me in this journal, and love using some of their printables to decorate the page and really make the pages come alive through the images. So I'd be curious, like, do you take any courses? Are there any creators that you love taking courses with? I'll always be on the lookout for other creators as well that can speak to my soul. But I've got my favorites. I do have my favorites that I regularly look to see what they offer each year. And as well, I think of it as kind of personal development and personal growth. Like, courses for me are a way to, stay in connection with myself, to learn, to grow, to learn new techniques. So to grow not just as an artist, but as a person. So I don't know. I love courses. Love them, love them, love them. But there's also like free challenges. Like, I know there's Junk Journal January, Junk Journal July with Meg Journals. There's Messy May, which I really like. And that one's with Kaylee Gray at Get Messy. So like all of these I'm recommending to you. I've taken them and I'm recommending them. So look out for those. I love all of them. I just don't tend to do the free ones. I don't know why. I guess, because I don't know. I feel like I need to pay for it for me to do it. Junk Journal January is one that's currently on. So go check out Meg Journals for that. I find that I've already got the Reflections Journal course that I do, and the Intentional Life course that I do every January/February. So I find that I don't have enough energy to pour out to Junk Journal January, but I'm committed. 1 year I want to do it. I either want to do Junk Journal January or Junk Journal July. Every year it comes around, I'm like, it always looks so good and I'm so excited by it. And I know so many others in this Junk Journal community, they do it, and it's so fun seeing everyone's pages. I see them on Instagram and on YouTube. It looks so fun. So let me know if you've done Junk Journal January or Junk Journal July as well, if you've done Messy May, or just let me know any courses that you've done that you would recommend, just the ones you'd recommend. Because I'd love to check them out. And I want to do all the courses that speak to me eventually. Or the challenges as well. So there's just so much out there for sure. There's something for everyone. And the other thing I want to mention in this video as to what's happening in the world of Willowbound Journals is creative workshops. So for people who can't commit to a full course, maybe that seems daunting, too much of a commitment, you're not sure if you can commit like you'd want to commit, but you're not sure if you have the time commitment or the energy, to be honest. I offer standalone workshops. So if that's something you're interested in, that one requires no long-term, ongoing commitment. You can just drop in, drop out whenever you want. You can do one a month, you can do one a quarter. They're just there for you whenever you want that, that creative inspiration to be filled up, or people do them for different reasons. Some people do them for the community aspect, to connect with other creative people and to meet new friends. Some people do it for more of the self-discovery element, to do more reflection and connect with themselves. Because all of my workshops and all of my courses have to do with well-being. And then other people do it for the creativity itself. They're doing it because they just love to journal, or they love to do art and they love to create. So those are the three main reasons that people will take my course. The ideal person that I'm thinking of for this course is someone who wants all three of those things. Someone who wants to meet new people, who can become creative friends, where they have something in common, like-hearted, like-minded, and can chat about pretty papers and collage, and people who just get joy out of journaling and writing and want to go deeper with that, and also people who want to go on that journey of self-discovery and connect with their soul. So if that's you, I would love to see you in any of my workshops. Like I said, I'm starting the year off with the Find Your Word workshop. And then after that, we will go back into our normal workshops that are just for 1 hour over Zoom. And you just bring a journal and a pen, and I email you what materials to bring each time, whether it's a magazine or some pencils or some crayons or whatever you have. Sometimes I just say, bring your whole stash, bring whatever you have, use whatever you have. But we use all different materials each time, and we just get creative and go on a journey of self-discovery through creative expression together, and it's so fun. If you're interested in that, just again check the description box below, and you can email me for that, and just stay tuned. I announce on my channel when the next workshops are, what materials to bring, all that kind of thing. And I'm looking to start up different time zones as well. My ideal setup would be to do 3 workshops a week, maybe like Monday, Wednesday, Friday or something like that, and have it at all different times. So one will be in the morning, one will be at night, and one will be during the middle of the day, to cater towards different time zones. So if you're interested in the workshops, feel free to let me know what times suit you, or just stay tuned for when they will be available. So I've just looped this video because I had a bit more to say, but I think I've covered everything now. My aim, I was talking about here I go, I'm going to go on another tangent, but I've just been so inspired by the Find Your Word workshop, and some of my phrases that I have for the year are to do what makes my heart and soul come alive. And with that is, journaling and creating is something that makes my heart and soul come alive. And my aim as a full-time journal maker, journaling teacher, workshop facilitator, my aim is to help others journal and create, and find the joy in it, and find the depth in it, and find your own souls and hearts coming alive through it. So that's my job. I see that as my job, to help other people have their heart and soul come alive through journaling and creativity. So everything I do on my channel, all my videos, all my courses, all my workshops, I am here to help you bring your heart and soul alive through journaling and creativity. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.
Beautiful
Bye, guys.
patrons who are supporting me in the month of December. You guys are absolutely amazing. I appreciate you so much and couldn't do what I do without you. If you would like to become a patron, there is a link down below in the description box. And when you become a patron, you are supporting Willowbound Journals and this channel. And you also get access to extra videos. So the journal making series each month. If you're a Ruby patron, you get access to every printable kit from my Etsy right there over Patreon, including a new kit each month. Going up the tiers, there are mail tiers where you get sent mail to you. The highest tier is the journal tier where you get a journal sent to you each month. So if you're interested in that, feel free to check that out. You can also become a member or buy me a coffee to support this channel if you would like.